We are always exactly where we need to be. Have you ever headed out on a day or other trip, not knowing where you were going? I did recently, and the lessons learned were profound. On a beautiful summer's day, my partner and I headed off on a day trip to a relatively nearby location to visit with my partner's family. These day trips were becoming increasingly rare as the side effects of my partner's Parkinson's drug regimen increasingly kept both of us close to home. Before leaving on this day trip, I used the wonderful online utility MapQuest to map out our journey. My partner had also written down directions, but his constantly tremoring hands made it difficult for me to decipher the instructions. It was a beautiful drive northward to a mountainous region in a neighboring province. We were having a great time enjoying the scenery and each other's company. The warm summer air was still blessing and caressing us with its healing energy. My trusted MapQuest directions served us well right up to the point where we were on the road that the destination cottage was supposed to be located on. As we turned onto the road where the cottage was to be located, we began to look for the cottage where my partner's family was situated. We read the numbers on the cottages and began to realize that the numbers did not, as is normally the case, increase sequentially as one proceeded down the road. This confusion on at least my part grew as we were not able to locate the number of the cottage we were to visit. We drove up and down this road a couple of times, more and more baffled by the irregular civic address numbering schema, or lack thereof, and began to wonder if we were ever going to find the destination cottage. We'd been driving for a couple of hours, and this turn of events felt anticlimactic, to say the least. I began to wonder if or how much we were lost. Was it possible that there was more than one chemin de la lac in this province, and were we at the wrong one? After driving up and down this road several times, I gestured to my partner that we should pull over at a point in the road just up ahead. I wanted to take a little mental rest, catch my breath, and review our directions and instructions. I remember thinking to myself, oh dear God, where are we? And I asked my partner for his handwritten directions, and we began to compare notes. To my dismay, it appeared we had two very different sets of instructions. My thoughts of if or how much we were lost began to rise up like a volcano preparing to erupt. As these emotions reached a crescendo, an arm thrust itself through the opened passenger window and wrapped itself around my partner's neck. I was momentarily shocked by the scene, but when I heard a giggling voice associated with the arm's motion, my fear backed off, and it was then I realized the arm was that of my partner's sister, who was greeting him with joy and excitement. As the scene unfolded over the next few seconds, we both became aware that the spot we had stopped at to check our bearings was directly in front of the precise cottage we were to have visited on that day. We had arrived. We are never not exactly where we are supposed to be. Said positively, we are always exactly where we are supposed to be.